G'day fellas, and welcome back to another build tutorial. This video is actually the second part to the ultimate survival base I posted a few days ago, and this video is covering the alternate library interior that I talked about in that video. I'm doing this because this build was meant to be a library in the beginning, but I held a poll asking you guys if I should change it into a survival base, and that won by just a little bit. So for all you guys that voted for the library version, here is the tutorial for it. Now, like in the previous video, I'll do a quick tour of the interior just so you can see exactly what the end product will be and decide if this tutorial is for you. So to start off the tour, of course, coming through the front door, we first have the enchanting area. Now I wanted this to be right here at the front door because this is pretty much the only use this whole build has. The rest of it is pretty much purely decorative. So I wanted the enchanting area to be right here so you can just get in, do your enchanting, and get straight back out. This enchanting area of course reaches a full level 30. There's also some cute little hidden storage under here for any lapis you wanted to keep or some useful books and stuff like that. Now heading over to the left side, we have a bunch of seats and tables and a bunch of bookshelves of course. And this is kind of like where you'd come in and grab a book and sit down and just read it and do whatever you need to do with your books. Now heading over to the other side, it is exactly the same as that side, it is just mirrored, just to keep that symmetry going and it looks really nice. Now let's head up the stairs, and up here we just have a bunch more bookshelves, with also lots of little details like we got some candles, we got a lectern, and we got like azalea and pots and also spruce saplings as well. And this is just like kind of the extra storage for all of the bookshelves that couldn't fit down there. And then heading up to the third floor, we have kind of the private access area. This is where all like the high class books are and all the important people come up here to read, and it's just like a private nice area. We also got this cool ladder design that I came up with. This is like to climb up to the hard to reach books. You usually see this in libraries with really high shelves. And now heading up to the final floor, we have kind of like the abandoned area. This is like all the offhand storage and stuff that isn't used very frequently. We got like a bunch of cobwebs everywhere because it's not really cleaned that often. Unlit candles, we got some lit candles and also a dead plant as well, just to show that this area is not very well maintained. And yeah, that covers pretty much everything. So if you're happy with all of this interior and you want to build it, then keep watching the video and we'll get to the tutorial right now. Just as a refresher, this is the interior that we'll be starting from. If you aren't up to this part or haven't started at all, just watch my previous video and follow along up until 8 minutes and 25 seconds. So starting off, we're going to be adding in our enchanting area under the stairs right here. The first thing we're going to do is grab some stripped spruce wood and add in another pillar just like this one to the right side of the staircase. And then in this gap here, we're just going to fill it in with a spruce slab so that it connects up to the roof. And then just repeat this on the other side. Next, we're going to connect this area here with stripped spruce wood, just like that. And then we're going to add in some spruce stairs on either side, and then also some spruce trapdoors in this configuration here, just so it looks like a cool arch. Next, we're going to change these blocks here to stairs. And this is so that there's a little bit of separation from our lantern that's going to be right here. And so it kind of looks like this instead of being filled in here, and it'll look a little bit weird. Next, we're going to fill in our bookshelves. So directly adjacent to the pillars, we're going to add a strip of bookshelves just like this on either side. And then we're going to come in one block and fill all of these in just like this. Also, we're going to have to remove these two upside down stairs here and fill these in with bookshelves as well. And then just repeat this on the other side. Now for the back, we're going to do an O shape just like this and leave the window open like this. Add an upside down stairs just right here, kind of looks like a shelf support for these bookshelves up here. Next, we're going to add some little tables just on the sides here, and on these we're going to be putting a flower pot with a spruce sapling and then another flower pot with an azalea. Under these we're going to add our little storage barrels, so just destroy these stripped spruce blocks here and then place your barrels in just like that. Then add some purple candles on this little shelf right here, and to finish it all off, of course, we're going to add in our enchanting table. Next, coming to the front wall, all we have to do is just add in some spruce stairs along these sections right here, and also in this little spot just put in another slab and some stairs just like that. Next up, we're going to head around to the left side in this little area right here, and to start off we're just going to fill in this entire wall here with bookshelves. Now, you don't actually have to worry about these corner blocks here because this is just going to be hidden anyway. Next, we're going to fill up this side as well, but this time we're going to do sort of an O shape like this. And then we're actually going to replace some of these bookshelves with looms. And this is a cool little detail because it makes it kind of look like an empty bookshelf is here, like all the books have been taken out. And it's just a neat little detail to add, just so it isn't this repetitive bookshelf texture over and over again. Now for these ones here, you'll notice that if you place it like this, then this side will be looking like a loom and it just looks kind of weird. So to get around doing this, you can jump inside this little area here and then place it like that. And that way every single exposed face here kind of looks like an empty bookshelf. Now just continue adding a few more of these around. You don't have to do too many, but that seems pretty good to me. Next, we're going to grab some stripped spruce wood and kind of extend this pillar out that's here and kind of enclose this whole area off. And then just fill in this gap above here with more spruce slabs. And when you get to this point here, add another one sticking out and also put a spruce stair block right here. Next, we'll add in our lantern and place it just in line with this here. And then we'll start adding in some details. So let's add in our table and chairs right here. So these are simply spruce slab blocks just like this. And on the back, we're going to put some spruce trapdoors. And then for the table, it's just 2 fences with a brown carpet on top. Now, if you can't be bothered to get a brown carpet, you can, of course, just use another spruce trapdoor or something like that. Or you could use spruce pressure plates as well. It's up to you. Next, let's move on to this section right here. To start off, we're going to extend these slabs all the way to the corner just down here. Then we're going to add in another pillar just like this one. This time we're going to line it with this window right here. Just place it up to the ceiling like that. Then add another stair block in this corner and repeat this kind of arch effect that we did over here. Just add some spruce trapdoors in like that. Next, we're going to add in another table with some chairs. So just repeat that same design over here. And then to finish off this area, we're going to add a lantern just in line with this table right here and chuck it on right there. Next, onto this section over here, let's first add in a backwards C shape of bookshelves just like this. Then add a small little shelf in here, add 2 trapdoors underneath these stair blocks like this, and then add in a lectern right here with a book on it. Then over on this side, we're going to add in a full O shape of bookshelves like this. We're going to leave this little gap here so that we can go behind here right now. We're going to remove this stair block that's right here, and then we're going to place 2 trapdoors just like this to cover up this back area right here. Then we can fill in these 2 bookshelves here, add some spruce stairs onto right here. Then let's add in some more tables and chairs. So the first set is going to be in line with this lectern and also on this strip of spruce wood here. So place down the fence right there and chuck on your brown carpet. Then just add in the chairs like this. And then 1 block spaced apart from that, we're going to add in another set. Now let's add in all the details. Firstly, let's add in a lantern right here, just in line with these tables. Also add a stair block right there. Chuck in a couple of candles on this little bookshelf right here, and then also a flower pot with a spruce sapling in there. And then we're going to do the same thing we did over here with these empty bookshelves. Just chuck in a couple around, and there's this area done. Now this other side over here is actually exactly the same as this side, it's just mirrored. So I'm just going to do a quick time lapse of me doing this, and I'll do a little showcase once it's done. And with this side completed, downstairs is now done. Next, it's time to head halfway up the stairs, and we're going to have to fix up this little area right here. So what we have to do is grab some stripped spruce wood, and in this gap here, just place in 2 like this. Then we're actually going to remove these 2 trapdoors here, and then these 2 slabs just like that. And we're going to replace them with some spruce stairs just like that. And then up here, we're actually going to remove this strip of spruce slabs like that and place another stair there. And then coming around this side, we're also going to remove 2 rows of slabs just like this. And then we have this shape right here, and then we're just going to repeat this on the other side as well. Now with that done, let's add in our railings. So these are just spruce fence gates and spruce fences. In all of the corner blocks, we're going to place spruce fences just like this. And we'll just go around and do them now just to make it easier. And then fill in all the rest with spruce fence gates just like this. And of course, repeat this on the other side as well. And with our railing done, we're now just going to add in our 2 lanterns. So come and stand right here and line yourself up with this pillar right here. And then place your lantern right here and do the same on the other side as well. And with that done, we're now going to head over to the left side here and start adding in all of our bookshelves. So start off by placing in this shape right here, and then for the rest of the entire wall, it's just going to be an O shape like this. So just keep repeating this same design across the entire wall like this. Leave out the corner block because you don't really need to place that in there. And just keep doing this O shape. And also these stair blocks here we're going to have to remove as the bookshelves will be in the way. Once you get to this area here, we're just going to leave this for now. We're going to be extending this pillar. So now just skip over to this side and keep going. Now with that done, we're going to go through this entire thing again and decorate these bookshelves by adding in some looms. Just place these randomly. Doesn't really matter exactly where you place them, just as long as there's a couple spread around and it'll look good. I also like adding these like big chunks where there's missing books as well. It just changes it up from having just the occasional like one or two together. Just another idea to help make your library look a little bit more lived in. Now with all of our looms added in, we're just going to make another pass around this entire thing. And all we're going to do is be adding these spruce slabs in, just to fill in this weird little gap up here. Now with that done, it's time to add in all the little details in these shelves across the entire thing. It doesn't really matter what order you do these in, just as long as there's a good variety of details added in. I'm going to be adding in lecterns with books, also flower pots with spruce saplings, and azaleas as well, and also leave some gaps as well, just so it doesn't get too cluttered. And also add some candles in as well. Now with all of our details added in, let's head over to the ladder. We're going to start by extending these pillars out just like this. And then in each four corners, we're going to add in some spruce stairs just like this. And then in these two exposed blocks here, just add some spruce trapdoors. And then finally fill in this weird gap with some extra spruce slabs. And now our whole second floor is finished and it's time to head up to the third floor. So this floor is actually kind of like the private library room, and it's actually my favorite room of the entire build. Just thought I'd let you guys know for some reason. But yeah, so we're going to start off by adding in some bookshelves on both of these walls. Just fill in the entire wall with bookshelves. Of course, we're going to do our little detail again of adding in some looms around. Now, these walls honestly look better having just some clustered looms like this. Might even do that instead of going up there. And just leaving it like that looks really good. Now on this side, we'll just do like maybe this pattern and maybe do like 3 along here as well. So now with that done, on each side, we're going to extend out this ceiling here. Instead of doing it above the actual bookshelf, we'll do it just on this part here. And then in each of the corners, we're going to add a stair block like this and do the same on the bottom as well. And then in between these two spaces here, we'll add in 2 trapdoors, and up here we'll be adding just one like that, and repeat this on every corner. Now with that done, let's add in a little library ladder thing. I don't really know what it's exactly called, but it's pretty easy to make. All you have to do is just come and stand in front of the bookshelf like this, face away from it, place down a spruce trapdoor like that, close it up, and then add in another 2, just like this. Close those up, place another trapdoor like this on top, and then hold shift and place your ladders on, just like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. This time we'll add it maybe here. So just jump and place your trapdoor like that, close it up, stand over here on this block, and then place another 2 like that while holding shift. Close them up, place it up there, and chuck on your ladders. Now let's add in our lanterns. So the first one is going to be in the middle of these 2 archways here. Do the same on the other side. And then in the middle here, we're going to add a slab onto the roof and chuck on another lantern. Next, in line with these lanterns, we're going to add in our table and chairs. So firstly, we're going to add our 2 fences just like that. And then on top of these, place in the brown carpets. Chuck in our chair blocks just like this. And then add the backs on with some spruce trapdoors. Next, let's add in the details, which is pretty much just this little shelf over here. Chuck in a lectern in the middle like that. Chuck your book on. And then add a flower pot with a spruce sapling. And on this side, just chuck on a couple of candles like that. And now that's this entire floor done, and it's time to head up to the final floor. Now for this final floor, this is probably the easiest one. All we're going to do is just chuck in some random decorations just like this. A couple of lecterns, some empty as well. Maybe add in some chests and some barrels. Put a couple of candles on top of them. Maybe these ones are unlit, and chuck a chest over in this corner. Chuck another chest over here. Maybe got a couple of barrels over here with some more unlit candles. We'll get a chest next to that, maybe another lectern and another lectern. These ones can have books. Also chuck in some bookshelves just like this. Maybe that one can be too high. And then over here we'll add in a little table just like this. Chuck on some candles. These ones can be lit, why not? And then over here we'll chuck on a flower pot with a dead bush, because it's kind of like this area's been abandoned, I guess, and there's yeah, just the plants died up here. And then to finish off the aesthetic of the abandoned look, we'll just chuck a couple of cobwebs around everywhere. Make sure to just get them high and low, just like that. Get another one over here, and put in a couple up here as well. And there we go, that's the upstairs done. And with that, the whole interior is now completed. So for those of you that wanted the library interior of this, I hope this satisfies your need for a library. I did my best. I tried to add as many details and stuff as I could. Feel free to obviously change up things to your own, like maybe you wanted these chairs to all be connected. You could just chuck in a couple more of these and then it's like a whole row of tables. It's up to you, but yeah. If you enjoyed this video and like this interior, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe for some more future build tutorials just like this. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.